What is up, my dudes? My name is Storm Rose, and on this channel I put what's in here out there. And today I'm talking about homecoming week. So I planned on having a very detailed video about all the things that were happening for homecoming this past week, Spirit Week and all that, homecoming dance, powder puff game, and I'm just really awful about getting footage, and I've had a lot going on lately with trying to figure out what's happening with college and trying to do my current college classes and trying to keep up with high school stuff when I'm having some hardcore senioritis, like very bad senioritis. So I did not get a lot of footage, sorry. And most of the footage that I did get is from people's Snapchats, which means that the camera angle will be flipped wrong, which will make the quality of this video look a little funky, and I'm sorry, but this is what you're getting this week. And I didn't even make a video last week because I'm garbage and I'm trying to figure out college, and it's just not happening. I guess I'll just give you what I got. So I do have a video from Pajama Day, which was the first day of Spirit Week on Monday, and I will show you all of the outfits I wore for Spirit Week. I can do that. And I have a video of the lunchroom on Pajama Day. I think I have some stuff off of people's Snapchats from Country Day, and I think I have a couple videos from Powder Puff, I believe, and maybe I'll throw in some pictures. Day 2, Country Day, plaid, tucked in, somewhat cowboy boots, and I had my hair in a braid, one single braid. It wasn't cute. Day 3, Jersey Day. These are the Powder Puff jerseys. The seniors wore white, plain black shorts, and I wore my hiking shoes, which are the only things I had that were somewhat cleated. And they weren't really cute either. Day 4, fashion disaster. This day wasn't cute for anyone in a 100-mile radius of me. I wore my scary Olaf leggings with my spooky ghost socks, a pair of burgundy Converse, one black Converse, this hat, this tassely tank top, and these earrings. It was pretty yikes.
It's black dude, it's bald. He did the
It's
dance
like X something, wasn't it? Hey, hold up.
Oh, there's a complete silence.
Well, sounds like that's everyone.
Yee!
Got the list of the hot costumes for kids for 2012. We got this from RobbieSandwichLab.com. And what the 877-3.
Down yonder on the Chattahoochee, it gets hotter than hoochie. We're out here with the gang.
Yes! Jersey! Wave! Oh, freaking sorry. Yes!
Oh, her phone's.
Hey, wave! Wave! There you go. Hey, hey! Who is this kid?
That's Lily.
Lily! Wave!
Oh my god, yes, I know what this is.
She's right there, y'all. Look at that.
Continuous hit music starts now. 93.9 Kiss FM.
Sorry, Storm.
You know the God is the one. Where are you? I can't find you. There you are.
So, the whole weekend before this past week, so the weekend of the 15th, the senior class was working on building our float for the homecoming parade. And the theme for the homecoming this year was pop culture. So the seniors decided to do a Mario Kart float, which actually turned out really bomb. But I was super proud of that. I worked on it a decent amount. But it turned out really cool, and I'm glad that it turned out cool because our last couple floats have not been, like, amazing. They haven't been bad, but they weren't amazing. But we actually won the parade this year. We got the best float, so that was great, especially since the seniors didn't win the Powder Puff game. In case you don't know what Powder Puff is the football game where the girls play and the guys are the cheerleaders. It's really fun and funny, and everybody really appreciates it at school. I think everybody appreciates it because it's a good time, and the girls really like being able to play football. You know, there's a couple of us that actually enjoy watching football and stuff, and if there was a girls football team, would probably play. But that being said, we were kind of upset with the Powder Puff game this year. One, because we lost, obviously that's going to make you upset, but two, because at our practices, we'd been practicing in certain spots to learn the plays, and then, for me at least, the coach decided to move me from the spot I'd been practicing all week to a different spot on the last practice. And I was like, okay. I agreed with it. I just went with it because the coaches asked us not to question them wherever they put us. I said, fine, okay, whatever. You put me on the line. That's fine. I was learning wide receiver, and instead I got put on the offensive line. And then come the day of the game, he gave us our teams because there was supposed to be offensive 1, offensive 2, and then defensive 1, defensive 2. And I was looking at the offensive line on both 1 and 2, and I'm like, where's my name? I'm not on there. Turns out he moved me to defensive line, which I did not practice at all. And I'm not the only one that happened to. A lot of people on the team got moved to different spots than they'd practiced, and everyone was really confused as to why he did that. And so at the game, things weren't going as we wanted. People were a little bit confused. The juniors were getting past us because they have literally one of the fastest runners in the state on their team, and our defense wasn't catching her. And you know, I mean, I'm not going to say that we would have won if we had stayed in the same spot because we don't know that, but we definitely would have done better than we did. The score ended up being like, what was it, like 28-8? Maybe it was 30-something to 8. I don't even remember. Yeah, we only got our one score and our 2-point conversion, so. So it is what it is. And there were a couple of girls that ended up tackling. We all said that we wished that it was actually tackle football instead of flag football, because if you get touched, if anyone gets anywhere near you, you're practically tackled because they're probably going to get a hold of your flag. But in tackle football, if you can keep running, even with people on top of you, you get to keep going. And the juniors were really small this year, and the seniors probably would have been able to run with like 2 of them on them. because they're just very small. But besides the point, seniors lost, juniors won. Good for the juniors. Hopefully they get it 2 years in a row. That would be cool for them. You know, Tuesday for Spirit Week was Country Day. I live in Podunk, Ohio, which means all of the Hicks live here, all of the country folk, all of the people who are more concerned with 4-H than perfect attendance at school, you know. I am not one of those people. I am not country folk, and I am not a Hick, although I do tend to have quite a bit of twang in my speech at times. Even though we're not even in the South, it doesn't make any sense to me. But we're very country here. Most of them are. And I typically try to avoid anything country Hick associated, like the plague. So when they said it was Country Day, I was a little bit upsetty spaghetti, you know what I mean? So I had to try and find a country outfit where I don't own anything country. The only thing I had that was remotely country was some plaid. So I grabbed my plaid and I tuck it in my jeans, and I grabbed this pair of boots, which was the closest thing I had to country. They're not cowboy boots at all. In fact, they have, like a 6-inch heel, and I was breaking my feet the whole day. Fun times. It passed. I got counted, so... I mean, I did more than some people. Some people just grabbed a plaid shirt and wrapped it around their waist and said that was country. I'm like, honey, I don't know if you know, but that's actually just white girl. So... And Wednesday was Jersey Day, so we just wore our jerseys for Powder Puff. That was easy. And then Thursday was Fashion Disaster, and whoo-wee. I went full out, man. I was just feeling it. So that's a thing that definitely happened. And then Friday was Cougar Crazy. I went full out for that too. Most people didn't go as full out as I did for Cougar Crazy. They just did Cougar. They didn't do Cougar Crazy, you know what I mean? So I think I won that day. And the juniors also ended up winning the Spirit Stick on Friday at the pep rally because they had more participation in the Spirit Week contest stuff. So, I mean, good for them. I just wanted to win, I guess, you know, whatever. To the real story. The homecoming dance was awful. Truly terrible. And it wasn't like the dance's fault, or the DJ was bad. So bad. He played a lot of country music. I mean, in my opinion, like 5 songs to me out of 30 is a lot of country music, especially since you can't really like dance to country music, you know what I mean? Like it's like you kick your legs out a little bit and you grab your belt and you're like, that's not my kind of dancing. So I wasn't very happy with that. And also the DJ, like the songs that he did play that weren't country weren't like songs that you could dance to. Like it was some of like the newer rap stuff, and I'm like, okay, I understand that people like that stuff and I don't hate it as much. But you can't dance to it. He wasn't playing the songs that everybody dances to, like the Cupid Shuffle or Apple Bottom Jeans, or you know, any of those songs that everybody gets like actually lit and hyped to. I mean, he did end up playing Cupid Shuffle at like the end of the dance, but like there was only like 2 or 3 line dances, or like the choreographed dances that people always do to like actually get people into the dancing. So like no one was dancing. Everyone was just standing on the dance floor and talking. And it was so annoying. Me and my friends were like, if you're going to stand and talk, go somewhere that's not the dance floor. Why are you standing in the middle of the dance? And there was a group of the popular guys from, I'm pretty sure mostly my grade, that were just standing in the middle of the dance floor in a giant group. And they wouldn't move even when the DJ told them to. And they kept chanting stupid stuff that had nothing to do with any of the songs that were playing, and the DJ had the volume so low that you already couldn't hear the words if you weren't standing right next to the speakers. But then these guys start chanting over the top of it, so you can't even hear the beat behind the music. You could hear literally nothing at all. And like 20 people asked the DJ to turn up the music, and he said that he wouldn't because he didn't want to blow out his speakers. You are being paid to DJ this dance. If you don't have enough speaker volume capacity to fill up this small cafeteria, like it's literally not that big. There's like 400 people at our school, if that, in the high school. The cafeteria is not that huge, and he couldn't even like cover like half of it with the sound. Like, I think you need better speakers. Yeah, so that was really annoying. And then people started leaving early because they were so bored, and I didn't want to leave without finishing the dance. And my friend group hadn't actually planned an after party, and I was so mad after the dance. I didn't even try and go anywhere to anybody else's after parties either. I just went home and slept because I was just so annoyed. It was, especially, and I suppose like the freshmen, they weren't as upset about the dance. Like obviously they were like, that's not as great as everybody said it was, but they weren't like, oh, it was awful, because they haven't experienced the ones before where we actually had a good DJ and we had a good time, you know? But like having already had 3 dances that were like really fun and like good memories, having this one be my senior year was like really upsetting. Like I wasn't happy about it. And like some people were like, oh, the dance wasn't that awful, it is what you make it. And I'm like, well, okay, but like nobody was making it good, people were making it worse. So, but like before the party, my friend group all went out to Texas Roadhouse to eat, and we had a lot of fun there. It was great, and I was actually able to eat my steak, which I was surprised about because I finally got my wire in my braces, and my mouth has been struggling so bad because my front teeth they're not agreeing with all of this tugging at all. And also these blue dots that I got are making the teeth above them like even more tender, and they can't take it off until the tooth back here starts turning the way it needs to go so that I won't bite off the bracket. And I'm still not doing great, but at least I can eat now. That's nice. For a while I was like stuck with like applesauce and maybe soup, you know, but that's past us now. Anyways, homecoming dance was meh. Pictures were not as organized as usual. We had a group of 14 this year, which is pretty big. And I mean, we probably could have done more, but we were like kind of trying to hurry up so we could get over to eat. And we'd already pushed the pictures back later than we had originally planned because there was like 4 or 5 of us that needed to decorate the dance because we're in Beta Club, and Beta Club runs the dance. So, hi Prince, that's my cat. So we already pushed the pictures back. So pictures weren't amazing, but they weren't bad. So that was on Sunday after the dance. My cousin actually had her reception for her wedding. Her and her husband already got eloped over in Oregon, maybe? Or what? Yeah, something like that. And so they came back and had the reception so they could have the experience with family and friends or whatever. And we had a barbecue, so that was fun. But I also had an exam in my psychology class that I hadn't realized was this week, and Sunday was the deadline to get it finished and to take the exam. Like, we had a week to take the exam, and Sunday was the deadline, and I hadn't realized until that morning when I went to submit my discussion post for my English class in college, and I decided to check my psychology page, thank goodness, and saw that I had this exam over 6 chapters of the psychology textbook that I hadn't read a single page. So I had to read 130 pages of a psychology textbook in one day and then take the exam that night before 12 o'clock. And the exam, she said, would take, or he, I don't know, but the teacher said the exam should take an hour. And so I had to finish all of this reading by like 11 so I could have a full hour to take the test. And so I was reading, taking notes, like the whole day. And then we went to the reception, and then on the ride home from the reception, reading, taking notes. And then I got home and I was reading, taking notes. And I didn't actually like completely finish the whole reading. Like I had to skim like the last chapter, but I still got a B+ on the exam. And I was like, you know what? At least one thing went right for me this week. So I was like, it's really not so bad. So I actually finished out the week on a pretty high note, and I was happy about it. And with that, I bid you adieu till the next Howdy Do. See ya.